Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less, is a book about doing less but doing it better. It challenges the common belief that we must do more in order to succeed. Many people feel overwhelmed by endless tasks, meetings, emails, and responsibilities. They try to say yes to everything and end up stretched thin, stressed, and unsatisfied. Greg McKeown argues that real success does not come from doing more things, it comes from doing the right things. Essentialism is about focusing only on what truly matters and eliminating everything else. The core idea of the book is simple. If you don't choose what is important, someone else will choose for you. Essentialism is a disciplined way of deciding what is essential and cutting out the rest. It is not about getting more done in less time. It is about getting only the right things done. It is about making higher contributions by focusing your time and energy where they matter most. The core mindset of essentialism. The book begins by explaining the difference between a non-essentialist and an essentialist. A non-essentialist believes they have to do it all. They feel that everything is important. They say yes to too many requests. They often react to what others want. As a result, they become busy but not truly productive. They feel exhausted, and their work may not reflect their best ability. An essentialist believes that only a few things are truly important. They understand that their time and energy are limited. Because of this, they are very careful about where they invest those resources. They say no to many things so they can say yes to the few things that truly matter. They choose carefully instead of reacting automatically. McKeown explains that essentialism is not about time management, it is about life management. It is about making deliberate choices. The essentialist mindset is based on three main truths. First, we have the power to choose. Second, almost everything is unimportant compared to a few truly essential things. Third, we can remove the non-essential. The book emphasizes that we often forget we have a choice. We feel trapped by expectations, responsibilities, and pressure from others. But even when we cannot control everything, we can control our response. We can choose where to put our effort. This is the beginning of essentialism. The problem of too much. Modern life encourages excess. Companies want employees to take on more projects. Schools encourage students to join more activities. Technology keeps us connected at all times. Social media pushes us to compare ourselves with others. All of this creates pressure to do more, be more, and achieve more. The problem with this approach is that when we try to do too much, we lose clarity, we lose focus, our energy becomes scattered. Instead of making meaningful progress, we move in many directions at once. We end up tired but not fulfilled. McKeown explains a pattern called success to failure. When someone becomes successful, they are given more opportunities. They accept more responsibilities. Over time, their focus becomes divided. The very success that created new opportunities eventually leads to burnout and decline because they no longer focus on what made them successful in the first place. Essentialism offers a solution. Instead of expanding endlessly, we must pause and ask what is truly essential. We must reduce our commitments to the few that really matter. Exploring what is essential. One major part of the book is about exploration. Before we can focus on what matters, we must discover what truly matters. This requires time and space to think. In today's busy world, people rarely create time for reflection. They rush from task to task without asking if those tasks are important. Essentialists create space to think. They schedule time to reflect and explore. They question assumptions. They look at many options before choosing one. Instead of jumping at the first opportunity, they carefully consider whether it aligns with their main purpose. McKeown suggests that we should look for the vital few among the trivial many. Not everything deserves equal attention. Some activities create far more value than others. The challenge is identifying those few high-impact actions. He also discusses the importance of play and curiosity. Exploration is not only serious thinking, it includes experimenting, asking questions, and allowing creativity. When we slow down and explore, we gain clarity about what truly deserves our effort. Another key idea is listening carefully. Essentialists listen more than they speak. They observe patterns. They notice what is not being said. This helps them understand what is truly important beneath the surface. Eliminating the non-essential. Once we identify what is essential, we must eliminate everything else. This is often the hardest part. Saying no can feel uncomfortable. We fear disappointing others. We fear missing out on opportunities. We worry about how we will be judged. However, McKeown argues that if we do not say no, we will pay the price later in stress and poor performance. Every time we say yes to something unimportant, we are saying no to something important. The book teaches that we should create clear criteria for what we accept. If an opportunity does not meet our highest standards, we should reject it. This prevents us from filling our schedule with average commitments. Saying no does not have to be rude. It can be polite and respectful. It can be firm but kind. Essentialists learn scripts and strategies for declining requests gracefully. They focus on protecting their time and energy. Eliminating the non-essential also includes removing old habits and systems that no longer serve us. This might mean reducing meetings, limiting email checking, simplifying routines, or removing clutter from our physical space. Simplification brings clarity. The power of trade-offs. A key idea in the book is that we cannot have everything. Life involves trade-offs. When we try to avoid trade-offs, we end up doing too much and achieving little. Non-essentialists often ask, how can I do both? Essentialists ask, which one matters more? By choosing deliberately, essentialists accept reality. They accept limits. Within those limits, they make strong choices. Understanding trade-offs gives freedom. Instead of feeling forced to do everything, we acknowledge reality. We accept limits. Within those limits, we make strong choices. Making essentialism a habit. Essentialism is not a one-time decision. It is a continuous practice. It requires discipline. The world will constantly push us to do more. We must regularly pause and reevaluate our priorities. McKeown explains that essentialists build systems that make the right choices easier. They create routines that protect their focus. They prepare in advance for obstacles. For example, they may leave buffer time between tasks so unexpected problems do not destroy their schedule. They also focus on progress, not perfection. Small, consistent improvements are more important than dramatic changes. By taking small steps in the right direction, momentum builds over time. Another important practice is setting clear intentions. Instead of vague goals, essentialists define what success looks like. Clarity reduces confusion and wasted effort. Rest is also essential. Many people believe rest is a reward after hard work. McKeown argues that rest is necessary for high performance. Without rest, our thinking becomes poor, our creativity decreases, and our productivity drops. Sleep and recovery are not luxuries, they are essential parts of success. Living by design rather than default. One of the most powerful messages in the book is the idea of living by design rather than by default. When we don't consciously choose our priorities, we drift. We react to emails, requests, and expectations from others. Our life becomes shaped by others' agendas. Essentialism encourages intentional living. It asks us to define our core purpose. What do we truly want to contribute? What matters most in our personal and professional life? Once we know this, we align our actions with it. This alignment creates satisfaction. When our daily work connects with our deeper purpose, we feel meaning. When we constantly chase random tasks, we feel empty. Living by design also applies to organizations. Companies that focus on a clear mission and eliminate distractions perform better.
When teams try to pursue too many priorities at once, they lose effectiveness. Clarity and focus create excellence. Courage and discipline. Essentialism requires courage. It takes courage to say no when others expect yes. It takes courage to walk away from opportunities that look attractive but are not aligned with your core goal. It takes courage to rest in a culture that celebrates constant busyness. It also requires discipline. The disciplined pursuit of less means regularly reviewing commitments and removing what no longer fits. It means resisting the fear of missing out. It means trusting that focusing on less will actually produce more meaningful results. Over time, this discipline becomes easier. As we experience the benefits of focus and clarity, we gain confidence. We see that